CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products, such as our can-can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American-made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
Good morning. Hey, Marianne. Good to see you. Good morning, everybody out there on YouTube, Facebook Live, Periscope. Good morning, Mike. How are you? How's everybody doing? Hey, homeschool. That would be Karen, as I remember. Hey, Laura. How are you? Good to see everybody. If you would please swipe and invite. Swipe and, well, I guess you can swipe and invite. Just touch the three little dots there and invite people that way, please. Thank you. Hey, Monica, good to see you. Carrie, good to see you. Shauna, good morning. How is everybody? Good to see everybody. Hey, Frygads. Tori, good to see you. How's everybody on Facebook Live as well? How everybody doing on this Tuesday? Still winning. Hey, Gina, good to see you. Thank you for inviting your followers, everyone. Feeling positive. No kidding. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Good to see everybody over there. Hey, Janice, good to see you. All right, let's keep inviting people in, get them all in here so they can share in the Covfefe success that we're having. President Trump is really kicking butt, taking names, and it's really good, really good. Love to see it. We need to just keep up this winning streak. Yay to James O'Keefe. Right, Janice. No kidding. Without James O'Keefe, where would we be? Such great news. Yes. Thank you, James O'Keefe. He's on a great roll. President Trump really is, Marianne. We just need to keep this going. Absolutely. So, did everybody get a chance to watch the video with James O'Keefe from yesterday? I mean, my gosh. Could you incriminate yourself more if you were CNN than what they did on that video? I mean, come on. And you know what? I mean, that, I think one of the things that should, yeah, idiots, Marianne, you took the words right out of my mouth. One of the things I think that we should all remember, you know, CNN used to be the most trusted name in news, right? The source that everybody would go to because they wanted to know the truth. Well, you can't, obviously. That is no longer true, hasn't been true for a very long period of time, and we need to remember that. If nothing else, this is a really good lesson for all of us. Yes, washed up now, that's for sure, Shauna. But it was awesome, Monica said. Yes, we need to remember that when we see something coming from CNN, Washington Post, New York Times, hey, Mark, or any other left-leaning paper or website, what you need to realize is that if it sounds like sensationalism, it most likely is. And that it's totally woken us all up, Robin said. Absolutely, Robin. You have to just take a pause. Hey, Nancy, take a pause when you see that and say, you know what, I'm going to delve into this further because it's coming from CNN, Washington Post, New York Times, et cetera, et cetera. So remember that. Don't just post something thinking that it's true, and I know you don't. Hey, Marlene. Hey, Kim. But you should always look at that and second guess it. Yeah, CNN. Mike thought CNN was the branch of the Democrat Party. It probably is, Mike. I mean, it might as well be. They need to block CNN from the press conference. Yes, they do, Cully. They should not be allowed. They should take their credentials right away from them. And I loved how the president got online this morning and started just giving them the business. He was right all along. They are fake news. That's all they are, fake news. It is a business. They want clicks. And that's why I tell you that I get so upset. Hey, Gina, I get so upset with, other people on Periscope and other places like YouTube or whatever, that all they're trying to do is get the clicks. That's not right. If you're going to say that you're going to give people the news, and be honest about it, give them the news, be fact-based, have an opinion, but be fact-based. And don't just be doing it just to get clicks. I mean, that's what CNN does. CNN is phony, fake news. That's right, Mark. Absolutely. And so we have to, keep going, knowing that, like I said, anything that comes out of them, out of those websites, whatever, wait for the president to tell you a lot of what's going on in his tweets. Robin said she was naive. For many years, I thought the news people would never lie. Well, Robin, it used to kind of be like that. It's not like that anymore, and it's not going to be like that. And even though, CNN was found out, 3 people had to resign yesterday or be fired, and now they're going to kind of monitor what's happening with the Russia news. You don't think that this is going away. Don't think that they're going to change anything, because they're not. They got caught, and so quickly they're going to change something, and they'll be right back to doing whatever they were doing before. Hey, Jeremy, good to see you. If everybody would please invite your followers, that would be great. Hey, Jerry, good day to you as well. Thank you for coming in, and everybody for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. Shauna said it's all about ratings, nothing personal. We the people, folks, it's just business. Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like we don't care. Good morning from Arizona. We don't care if it's, screwing you over, the country over, or anybody else. We don't care. Hey, April, good to see you. So, if we know that's the attitude, at least we can work with it. Hey, Arizona Mom, good to see you. Who put their hands in the cookie jar at CNN? Yeah, well, that producer, the supervising producer, John Bonfield, I think probably today he's going to be looking for another job, I would think. Hey, Sam, it's your first day on Periscope. Good to see you. Good morning. Hey, Phyllis, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Casey, good to see you as well. Greetings from Australia. Nice that you're here. Yes, Sam, I don't know what your name is. I can barely see it. I could just make out the first 3 letters. Welcome, Laura. James O'Keefe had undercover plans and CNN got the scoop. I know, James O'Keefe is great. And again, we need more people like him. We really do. Because if, hey, Philip, good to see you. If we don't have people like that who are willing to go out there and do that, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, see, you couldn't do that in California. If you did that in California, you would be in trouble because you can't go in, tape somebody, or record somebody without their permission. But I think, what was that, in CNN in Atlanta? And apparently you can do it there, no problem. Sam is back again, unless they're a minor, Nancy said. Yeah, if you're doing something. Oh, you mean at the minor who is filming it? Or what do you mean, Nancy? Which way? The CEO of CNN. Yeah, Jeff Zucker. Yes. I know. He's going to be in so much trouble, too. I mean, Spicy will have fun with the cost today. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Big Ralph. That was pathetic. The left have no argument. Best I've seen so far is that one Russian retweeted it. CNN traitors, yes, absolutely. Veritas video was amazing, Roxanne. It certainly was. Lots of heads should roll today. It should, Marianne. There should be a lot of heads of people fired. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I think the 3 that left, they knew they had no way out, and they blamed it on them. I'm new to Periscope, learning about revenue streams and how to monetize social channels. Well, Sam, good luck with all that. Yeah, I mean, there really should be, but I think, again, you're going to see they're just going to go back and fall back in the same pattern once the spotlight's off them. Okay, Phyllis, great. See you over on Periscope. And you can also come over to YouTube, whichever one you prefer. Wonder who is next. Yeah, you wonder. Right now, what they're doing is they're getting rid of, they will find scapegoats. That's right. Whoever said that. That's what they're doing. They're getting rid of those people, not at top management. They're getting rid of those people that, the worker bees. And really, they're not to blame. They get their direction from the top. It should be the top that goes. Trump's boldness is encouraging others to stand up. Absolutely. Absolutely, Karen. Project Veritas is WikiLeaks on crack, Shauna said. No kidding. People I know still do believe Russia's story. It makes me crazy, Carrie said. And see, that it's going to be up to us. Got to get to the queen bee. Well, yeah, they really do. They've got to get to people who are telling everybody else, go out and do this. Hey, Huey, thanks for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. CNN poopy runs down to those on the bottom. Yeah, Philip, that's really true. It comes from the top. The directions come from the top. Yes, Marianne James said this was only part 1. So can't wait for more. So nice to feel welcome when you enter a room. Aw. Barbara, we love to have you here, and I'm so glad that you come back every day. I really appreciate it. And I know everybody else appreciates you too. Yeah, I mean, it's so great. Twitter's squashing Veritas hashtags as quick as we make them. Well, of course, Big Ralph, of course. Maybe you should just put up James O'Keefe or some other hashtag and that doesn't say Veritas, and maybe they'll take it. But, I mean, we have to get the word out everywhere. We have to. Just don't assume that just because we know it, that those on the left know what's happening, that they're being lied to. We really need to tell them that. April, looks like you're getting kicked out and coming back. Knowles knows, yes. Hey, Marguerite, good to see you. So, I mean, this is great news. And as they say, right, the truth always wins in the end. And we're starting to win because the truth is coming out. The truth shall set you free. And that is what's happening. And I love it. Thank you, Barbara, for the super hearts. Just love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. And I think we just, again, we need to keep spreading the word. You were freezing. Oh, Sharon, good to see you. Lisa, good to see you. Glad you're here. Nikolai, thank you so much for inviting your followers. Thank you for being here. Have you heard how MoveOn.org has over 400 cookouts scheduled? Oh, my gosh. Good morning. CNN, New York Times, all shills. Yes, every one of them. Oh, you're Nicole. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Bob. It's so hard that they changed how everything looks like now when your profile comes up or your name comes up. It's so grayed out. Yes, Nicole, I remember. Community cookouts. Well, what does a community organizer do but have cookouts so that everybody can come together as one big happy family as they spread their BS and propaganda to you. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. And they have a lot of money. Will any other M about CNN? I missed that first part. Yes, thanks everybody for helping Off-Grid Mom and Alaska Bush Life last night with your donations. That was really great of you to do that. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. Take that, America. That was really nice. And if you can continue to donate and help out the family, please do. As Papa Fred tries to recover in the hospital, Off-Grid Mom is going to be trying to travel back and forth and see him and needs to be able to do that. Good morning. Your hairstyle looks good. New look. No, I do this every day, Bob, but some days it looks different. Twitter can try to squash it. Yeah, you can't squash all of our voices. You really can't. Twitter, keep trying, but we're keep going. I saw that Gab is really having a hard time. You talk about censorship, Gab is having a really hard time with that. Apple is not allowing them to give us an app because they don't want free speech, really, is what it is. So I don't know what Gab is going to do about that, but that's really bad. And Jamie says, thank you to everyone for coming to his scope last night. I know, Jerry, it has its own mind. Hey, how are you, DC? For coming to his scope last night and giving your generous donations for Mom and for Papa Fred. That was really nice of you. So Jamie wants to thank everybody. Free speech for some, not so for others. Hey, Ellen, good to see you. Yeah, and you have to remember with free speech, you know, if you're working for somebody else, your speech is not going to be free. You don't have a right to sit there and talk down about your boss when you're on the job or even outside of the job and expect to have a job. Oh, okay, Huey. He probably doesn't know that. I'll let him know. Jamie, you have Huey blocked, and so he couldn't participate last night. You can always go to Off Grid Mom's Twitter, and you'll find her there too. Thanks for inviting all of your followers, everybody. Really appreciate it. James O'Keefe gave me a fabulous birthday gift. I know, Kim. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday today or was it yesterday? Breaking New York subway derails causes outage. Yeah, I saw that, Jerry, right before I came on. It came out just a few minutes ago. Shauna said, thanks to all who participated in the Scope-a-thon for Off-Grid Mom and Papa Fred from Alaska. If you still wish to contribute, it's paypal.me/earlythurly. That's EARLYTHIRY. Yes, Project Veritas, heroes. It feels like 44. Yeah, well, that'll get over pretty soon there, Kim. Did that go well? Yes, Laura, it went really well. Thank you so much. Everybody, they had a lot of people, like 2,000 people show up there, needed it so badly. Thank you, Robert. Everybody, it's Kim's birthday. Say happy birthday to Kim. Over on Periscope. Asher, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. And we can't swipe and invite everybody, but you can take the three-dot plunge over there and invite people. Can you imagine how our president must feel today? You know, Shauna, he was out tweeting this morning. He is so happy to be proven correct. Asher says, happy birthday to you, Kim. Mrs. Second Amendment, thank you for inviting people. So appreciate it. We love our family that comes in here every day, and you guys, you really feel like family. Everybody knows your name, and it's so great to see you every day. And your participation is just amazing, and your support. Monica, happy birthday to Kim, she says. Thank you, Janice. Thank you so much for the super hearts. Three-dot plunge, yes. John Cusack melting, I saw on Twitter. Aw, poor things. Poor things. You know, what can you say? Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you for the super hearts. This is better than Romper Room saying your name. You know, Kim, we don't have the little mirrors of the balls that they used to bounce or whatever on and Romper Room, but I love the mirrors, how it always changed when she came back. It was always clear. It's like, how did that happen? As you're a kid, you always wonder what in the world happened with all that. So anyway, how in the world do we get super hearts? Oh, you know what? Marguerite, you have to go buy them and all that stuff. Maybe Shauna can tell you how to get super hearts. Shauna's the expert on Periscope super hearts and a lot of other things. Yes, Nancy, Iron, Romper, Stomper, Bomper, Boo. Tell me true. Yeah, I can kind of remember all that. Oh, Hal just parody scoper this morning. Cole is your parody scoper. So anyway, okay, other news. Man, we have so much happening. In regards to health care. Yes, Lisa, I got that one too. Mike Pence is going to be having dinner with a number of senators to try to change their minds about the health care bill. Now, I want to know from you. I had a guest on last night. If you didn't listen to my show, you really need to listen to that show. It was a great show, and it also has Carolina Prepper's commercial in the very beginning, so another reason to listen to it. But if you go to Spreaker.com and just type in Stand for Truth Radio with Susan Knowles, or just go to SusanKnowles.com and scroll down and look for it. My show last night was with Larry Ward, and he is the founder and chairman of constitutionalrightspac.com. And we talked about everything last night, and I'm talking about everything. It was a great hour. It went by so quickly, too quickly as a matter of fact, but a lot of great information came out of that. We talked about the health care bill. And I wanted to, hey Marlene, you just saw the video on James O'Keefe. Good. It was great, huh? I wanted to know what you guys think about the health care bill as it stands right now. Your true thoughts on that. Thanks, Shauna. Thanks for getting the chat going. Anybody, how do you feel about this whole health care bill? Are you excited about it? Do you feel it should be something else? Anybody have any thoughts on that? Repeal completely? I'm with you, Mr. Second Amendment. I'm absolutely with you. We need to go back to the way it was. I agree, Jamie. It's crap. Somebody else said. I agree with that. That was a part 1 video. I want a totally different plan. I wish they would repeal. I totally agree. I want them to just repeal, Asher said, and let people worry about insurance themselves. They need to turn healthcare over to free market. Agreed, Laura. I'm confused what's happening now with it. Well, Nancy, it's kind of going back and forth, and I think Mitch McConnell wanted something added back in where you're kind of being made to buy that insurance, just kind of like before. That's the rumor I'm hearing, so I don't know if that's true or not. And can't get to a full repeal right now, not enough votes. You know, mighty blessed one, I believe that right now. We're in a lot of trouble. You know, all these people, all these years, and I say these people, I mean the GOP. For 8 years they said, just let us get in and we'll repeal and replace Obamacare. And they didn't have a plan. Me too, it is good. Is it bad? We are stuck either way for now. It's being hammered out yet. Let's hope it gets smashed. Yes. And I don't want them to vote on something that on down the line another president can come in and change it back to Obamacare. Or that you have the states who are following Obamacare, whether you want them to or not. I think we all need to go back to the way it was. There was an extremely small amount of the population that didn't have insurance. And again, I don't believe in socialism, but if you want to cover those people, leave everybody else alone. Yeah, I want to go across state lines as well. Ted Cruz is not in favor of it, and that bothers me. Marianne said Ted Cruz is against it. Rand Paul is against it. Mike Lee, Susan Collins, Geller, at least 5 people. We repealed it in 2018. Well, Cully, assuming that the GOP can get their act together and actually get something that people want. What you need to do is get Paul Ryan out of the way. Quit allowing Paul Ryan to be in charge of the health care bill. If you rate up for those with lapse in coverage for 1 year maximum, that is a mandate of sorts, Lisa said. Yes, agree, and that is why Cruz is not signing off. He wants repeal. We need other reforms that lower costs, prescriptions, transparency about charges. Kim said, yeah, I think that we need to do something different. Another song, Redford and Streisand, The Way We Were. Yes. There was nothing really wrong with the way it was before. The only thing that was different is that we didn't have the pre-existing conditions. And, you know, as I talked to my guest last night, Larry Ward, there are ways to get around that. I mean, that's called fraud, that if you have people with pre-existing conditions or like the insurance companies drop them when they get sick, then that's fraud. Pre-existing conditions we may need to do something about. We kind of sort of have in this healthcare plan, but we need to do something about that perhaps, and the people, that small percentage of people that need coverage, and then leave everybody else alone to do their own thing. Get your own insurance. Nothing will ever be perfect for everyone. There's always someone complaining. That's true, Marguerite. My insurance is not my health care, Nancy said. Hey, did y'all know that killing babies is health care? Yes, Kim. That's Planned Parenthood, yes. Obama must be lawyering up about now. Well, he's got Valerie Jarrett. Does he need anybody else? And probably Loretta Lynch on his side, Shauna. I don't know of a single person in California that was denied health services before Obamacare was passed. That's true, Asher. Neither do I. Monica says, I've always worked and had insurance through work. It was fine until the government got in it. Now I can hardly afford it. Absolutely, Monica. That's absolutely the truth. Hey, Hot. How are you? I'm going to stop there at the name. How are you? Good to see you. They still get health services. That's right. I mean, they go to the emergency rooms, and they go there and use it just like they would a doctor's office. That's how they get their health care. And, you know, people pay for it. Thank you, Mrs. Second Amendment. Thank you for the super hearts. So appreciate it. Insurance at work gets higher each year. That's right, Philip. It really does. And it's astronomical. Some people take free health services and don't have insurance. Nothing will change. Yep. But, I don't know if you've ever had to go to the emergency room. I've had to go to the emergency room a couple of times. And I'll tell you, the first thing they want to know, give me the insurance card. If you don't have insurance, they're really going to treat you differently than everybody else. But if you come in there and let's say you're not from this country, I mean, you get right to the front of the line. So, it's different. Different people are treated different ways. So I think, again, let's just go back to insurance. Everybody buy their own insurance. Go across state lines if you want to. Then I have to pay a bill too. Nancy said, stabilize you and send you home. Marlene said, that is backwards. Needful HIPAA protections for all. Cities are now building smaller emergency rooms, so wait time isn't hours. Philip said, that's good. I pay, and if I got to pay, I want more. I know, it's what people seem to do. Shauna said crossing state lines for insurance will help bring costs down. Might go up for a year or so, but I see it dropping by 50% in a year or two, Shauna said. It's crazy. Why have a republic if we don't have free commerce between states? Yeah, it's called protectionism, Nancy, and we're not allowed to do that on anything else. Why should that be that same way with health insurance? It makes no sense. No, America is not hateful. You need to get over that. First question, insurance card copay. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have that insurance card pulled out and ready to go, you can go take a seat because it's going to be a while. Yep, I noticed that, Marianne. Thank you. Okay, well, maybe you can find America someplace else that you can get along with. I have to say it that Anthony Scaramucci is one good-looking man. Scaramucci, is that right, Shauna? Call me, Susan. We should chat about this. Well, I don't know your number, but hey, Sally, good to see you. Glad that you're here. Yes, I saw that in the emergency room. Yeah, it's amazing. And if you go into an emergency room in California, usually they are jam-packed all the time. Dawn, hey, I got an idea. Bring down the cost of medicine, period. Thank you, Dawn. Dawn has a really good idea. Bring down the cost of medicine, period. Absolutely. Does anybody use Zyrtec? Zyrtec for allergies? That used to be prescription only. And it was something like, I don't know, $300 to get Zyrtec. And now it's like, $12 or whatever, $20 maybe. It's still a little bit too expensive, but it's not that same cost. And so why can't they, start bringing down the cost of those medications? That's why CNN fired 3 over the Scaramucci article. Yes. Like Flonase, like anything else. Exactly. Proof that pharma is in charge. That's right, Nancy. And that's why we keep having all of the things we do with all of the different vaccinations that we were supposed to have. White House, no, stop. Stop, troll. If you say you have something, Acosta needs to be fired. Too many lies. Acosta is a baby. Yesterday, whining, absolutely whining. Yes. Oh, it's behind the dry. Oh, my gosh. Marianne, really? They put Zyrtec behind the counter? It's like, come on now. How crazy is that? Dawn says she just got charged $48 for one Tylenol at the immediate med. Yeah, if you go into a hospital and you're like given an aspirin, they're like $9 per tablet, something like that. I know many that bought meds for $3 in Canada that they paid $21 a pill for in the United States, Shauna said. Are you on this time every day? Yes, I am every weekday at 11 Eastern. Yes, penalty is cheaper. Yeah, I mean, come on, how silly is that? Medications are too high. The pharmacies are in control. Horse manure smell opens up stuffed nose, Jerry said, and it's free. Okay, you need to go troll someplace else. My phone keeps changing my spelling to wrong words. That's okay. We all have that issue. That autocorrect is not great. Horseradish. Yes. Also, Jerry, salt water does very good too. Have paid penalty, nearly never got bummer care. Huh. Wow. And again, the people. Hey, Amanda. Good morning. The people who are younger, they don't want insurance. They want catastrophic insurance, if at all. Compared to Zyrtec, it works the same way. Wow. When I had back surgery back in '86, the single Band-Aid was $5 on her bill, Shauna said. Father gets a lot of his medication from Canada. Well, Cully, I can understand why. Refused, took my chances, Barbara said. Also, menthol like Vicks will open up sinuses. Yeah. Hey, Joseph, good to see you. Yeah, LaDawn said they sent her a bill. I sent them 2 Tylenol back to replace the one I got, and one for somebody else that can't afford it. Haven't heard back from them since. That's a pretty good idea. Oh, gosh. Vicks is a miracle. Yeah, a lot of times, there are so many things that you can use that are natural type stuff. We're never told too much in America about using natural products, and they work really well. So, like I said, salt and water opens up your breathing passages, and it really, you don't have to go out and pay for all kinds of medication to do that. And it's better for you anyway. So, you just have to do that. That's what insurance was initially for, catastrophic only. That's right, Dawn. The owner of the house I live in pays the penalty because it's a lot cheaper than Obamacare. And isn't that really bad, Debbie? Seriously? Saltwater is excellent. You can do that so many times a day. It doesn't matter as much as you want. I rarely take over-the-counter meds. I juice fruits and veggies twice a day. Good for you, Marianne. That's really good for you. I was told by Aetna our insurance went way up and benefits way down because of Obamacare, Carrie said. And that's really bad. We've paid a fine, Marlene said. And see, it's ridiculous that this is America doing that to you. Seriously, that should never have happened. It's a socialism under Obama. We get through your husband's job, Carrie said. So, come on. Another thing people need to keep an eye on is the price of health care for your pets. It's astronomical here. Yeah, and they're going to continue to do that, I'm sure. So we'll see how, back to Mike Pence, we'll see how his dinner goes with the senators and what he can do with that. A lot of home cures, yes. Fines collected in the billions. And you wonder what they're doing with all that money, with all those fines. Is it going to the IRS? The IRS, did anybody see my article the other day that I told you how many illegal immigrants are actually using your social security number to file, to fill out forms for an employer, and the IRS knows that they're using your social security number, and they're not doing anything about it. Why? Because they say they don't have the resources, they don't have the time to contact you and me and tell us that our social security number and our credit's being ruined. And that's only a small amount. 1.4 million, and Barbara, that's probably not even the actual figure. There's probably more than that. But that was with an audit. That's what came out of that. I don't know, Nancy, if you can do a credit report. You can. That might be the only way to spot it, to see if somebody else is using it. Yeah, those are ones found. I wrote an article about it. And it was sickening to know that that's what's happening, and nobody's doing anything about it. And after the audit, they're saying they're not going to do anything about it because they just don't have the resources. So you don't have the resources, but you want to take on our health care too. So if you don't have the resources to do the taxes, now you want to take on our health care and everything else. Come on. Read it. Yeah. And if you want to read that article, it's at SusanKnowles.com if you'd like to see it. Another thing people need to keep an eye. Let's see. I already read that. Mine went up to $200 a month. Deductible went up to $5,000. Monica said, "Good Lord." Monica and so did Carrie's. It went up as well. Yeah, IRS says it's rampant, and we have a state leader here in California who says, "Hey, you know what? All of my relatives do it. My relatives are here illegally." What a great way. I know, Boogie. Wasn't that a great thing to see that CNN got 3 guys got, fired, but they resigned first. Yeah, but I mean, it's amazing that that's happening. Your secret admirer just walked in. Say hi, Doug. Oh, hey, Doug. That happens to be my husband's name too. Is my husband over there with you, Asher? I wouldn't know. I'm here, so you know. I know. I have a secret admirer who I'm hoping that we're getting him to come over to the right side. That's his numbers get stolen. Yeah, the guy in California, state senate leader, said, "Hey, my relatives have to do that. My relatives need, my relatives need to have all those fake IDs." Thank you, Beck. I need to have false IDs. I need to have social security numbers. I mean, he came out and admitted that his relatives are here illegally. This is a state senate leader in California, admitted all of this openly and said that's why he is against, having the ICE come and take people away. And that's why he wants a sanctuary city in California. And that's why he went out and hired Eric Holder's legal team in California, so that that Trump can't take away their money in California. Your secret admirer just walked out again. His liberal heart is broken. Aww. He's got to come over to the right side. He's got to be a conservative, Asher. With innovation, we will have less and less jobs to go around. Yeah, I mean, already Seattle is finding out that you can't raise the minimum wage without being replaced, because McDonald's now is replacing everybody with a kiosk there. So all of that high wages that you got from Obama, you can thank him for the fact that you lost your job, because the economy, it can't maintain itself at $13 an hour. Yep. So they found out the hard way, and not too good to see that. If you guys at this point, if you would please continue to invite your followers, that would be wonderful if you could. I hope people don't support those companies using kiosks. Well, I mean, the thing of it is, I think people are, Julie, people want to eat, and they're going to go there and eat. But you can't support people that want $13 an hour for flipping burgers. I mean, it's just, it's not feasible, financially feasible. 3-dot plunge, ladies and gentlemen, 3-dot plunge. Invite your followers, please, at this point. That would be great. Hubby broke 6 ribs last year. It cost $34,000. Wow. Yeah, surgeries are not cheap. Yeah, your mall has a lot of kiosks. But the thing of it is, Beck, this is McDonald's. This is like, a big corporation now that is having to put in kiosks because they can't afford to hire all of those people at $13 an hour and up, and to also pay for insurance on top of that. Philip said California is boycotting Texas and other states. Of course. No surgery, just one night at the hospital. Seattle has a socialist councilwoman who was arrested during hourly protests and still has a job. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised about that at all. With innovation, we will have less and less jobs to go around, Carrie. Yeah, I mean, and it's not so much innovation. I mean, Carrie, I think that they really want to hire people and they want to have them on. But, you're talking about, you just can't afford that much money to pay people in that type of position. Julie said, I wouldn't support it. They're not making America great. Well, I don't support the kiosk, but I also don't support $13 an hour for working at McDonald's. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous to think McDonald's good is so bad for you. I know. I haven't eaten at McDonald's in years. I don't even know what the food tastes like, thank goodness. But, I mean, people have to be reasonable. You can't go into a restaurant and expect everybody there to be paid $13, $14 an hour. Yeah. So, Jerry, also, yes, in other news, we have Syria, who now it's looking like, according to the United States, that there's some movement around where the chemical attacks originated from last time, and it looks like that they're getting ready to maybe launch another chemical attack. Yeah, so the whole idea was to work minimum wage just to get up the ladder and then, move on. Yeah, Dawn said she can understand why they went to the kiosk, watched the price of hamburgers go up. Yep. Same with most fast food. I know. It's amazing. Take that, America, because we're having to take a lot. But what do you guys think, if the United States goes after Syria? Because they're saying, für euch, hi, how are you? Cool days, du ist für euch. Cool days for you, is that it? Hey, how are you? I used to speak German. I'm not sure that that's German. I recognize some of it looks German, but haben Sie gut Deutsch? I can remember that. Needs to be joint, not just U.S. Yeah, and I don't know that if it wouldn't be joint effort. I don't know what I believe, the whole Syria thing. Well, Kim, I kind of believe the Syria thing just because Israel has also confirmed it. And so it's not just the United States saying that, it's Israel as well. And meaning, are you? I remember that, last time Israel said that they had actual pictures of everything that was going on. They saw who was doing it. They saw who was involved. Can you give us the proper definition of a narcissist? No, maybe another scope. Yes. For the block, Alex, I'll take 100 for the block. Well, that may change my mind then. Yeah, because Israel, and Israel right now, yeah, well, you'd pay $15 for a Gordon Ramsay hamburger, yes, but that's Gordon Ramsay, Syrian Assad is nuts if he tries that. And I do believe, Jerry, I do believe he's done it, and I do believe he did it the last time, and I do believe that he may try it again. Oh, Amy, maybe you can come over to Periscope, or just refresh your screen. We have those complete care centers with APNs, but they misdiagnose. Blocky, Shauna said. Yeah, sometimes you just have to do that. But I think that, we'll have to watch and see what happens with Syria. It seems like, there's a lot of rumblings going on in Syria and North Korea, so we'll have to see. Marianne's suggesting that we call the CNN advertisers and get them to not support CNN. I mean, I'm all for that. If anybody has a list of who that is, that would be great. I'm sure there's a lot on the list. But, I mean, we do have to start standing up for that. And I think CNN, we need to expose CNN, and either they change or they go down. Shauna, I mean, there are other people over there, and I think it's working for them. So I don't know. It maybe just have to refresh because there's a good health stream going on. I'm not sure what's the cause of that, though. Dawn said, I say bomb that refinery and be done with it, but I have a feeling we will be dealing with Russia before long. That's what Dawn is saying over on, no, we don't talk like that in here. There we go. So Dawn is working very well for her over on YouTube. Crumbling News Network, that's really good. CNN regime, I mean. Okay. Syria doesn't have the balls to start anything with us. Beck, it wouldn't be starting it with us, but here's what emboldens them. They know that Iran and Russia have their backs, and so that emboldens them to do what they do. So that's why I think that they would go ahead and do that to their own people. I do believe that they did what they did last time, that they were accused of gassing their own people. So, just because, again, when you've got those people around you who are emboldening you. President Trump was right from the beginning. Absolutely, he was, Philip. AM finally got it to work here. Had to restart laptop. Yeah. I think that's what happens, Shauna. Sometimes you have to restart it. Let the Middle East rot, build a wall around it, Hunger Games style. I want good relations with Russia. They are most similar to us. They are largely Christian. That's true, but Julie, they don't, their Christianity is not like here, and meaning a lot of the people in Russia, they're not allowed to, go outside of the church and be a Christian and pray and things of that nature. You have to do it inside the church. I think it's kind of a little ruse that they're trying to make us, whoever, believe that they're really Christian oriented. So I mean, it's not as good as it looks. I think Putin is trying to be more democratic. Hopefully, if we Moab Syria again, since they're fooling around at the chemical weapons building, Russia is going to be ticked off. Yeah, Russia basically has told us, if you come in and try to bother Syria, then we're going to come after you. And Syria has still been lobbying into Israel. Syria is still trying to, in a roundabout way, attack Israel. Why did we draw the red line, including Russia and Iran? Will we retaliate against all three? That's going to be a really difficult situation if it's three that we're going against. I don't know what's going to happen there. I really don't. Assad, not Christian-oriented, but around 20% of the country is, which forms a sizable chunk of his base. Boogie said maybe that's why he chemically kills them at times with the chemicals. Really sad what is going on for the people, Dawn said. Yeah, I mean, it really is. Because the people there are, in a horrible place. We need more energy here, so none of our money goes over there. Yeah, Kalia, which, I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think our money is going to continue to go over there. We're going to continue to be over there to fight ISIS. John Kasich and others, government sites hacked with pro-ISIS propaganda. John probably put that up himself. Just kidding. Obama knew about Russia interference, but CNN, MSNBC blame President Trump. Of course. I mean, obviously they were the state-run news organizations. I agree with money staying in the U.S. Marguerite, that'd be good. Don't think it's going to happen, but it would be great. I don't know, yesterday was a great day with the Supreme Court coming out with all of its rulings, but except for California. So the Supreme Court decided that it will not hear the case in California regarding the Second Amendment. They want to conceal carry in California. And so the Supreme Court is not going to hear it. And that means it goes back to the ruling of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which says, really, you don't have a right under the Second Amendment to get a concealed carry. So there you go. Judge Gorsuch did dissent on that, and so did, I think it was Justice Thomas, Clarence Thomas. And so the lower court said basically that good cause doesn't even mean that your personal safety is at risk. Stop buying Syrian oil, Gary said. We are a missionary country and a country with a heart, Dawn said. That's why we give money. How about Kasich's website getting hacked? Yeah, Shauna, we just talked about that a second ago. Think old Vladimir would like some kind of commerce with us, and Trump may hold that over his head. I think so, too. Breaking news, solar wall being built around California. Philip, they don't even want the wall being built here in California. They told anybody coming in here or anybody in California, if you build the wall, if you help build that wall, we'll never give you another contract again. Which I don't know how they're getting away with that. That to me, that's total discrimination. But that's what they're doing. What about fake birther and Seth Rich conspiracy theories? What about them? Let's build the wall for Ma. Exactly. I know. Callie, you know what? Kim, Callie wants all of its workers to be union workers, period. And if they're union workers and they do what they're told and they put the money into the union, they're fine. They must have Windows if they got hacked. Even I can hack Windows, Marguerite said. Yeah, they should switch to Linux. No answer for fake faux news. Of course, I didn't think of that. Yeah. So I think they're worried about outside people coming here and saying, hey, we'll work on the wall. And even in Mexico was going to come up and do that. Don't spread fake news. Yeah, I know, Shauna, that's illegal. It should be illegal. But again, even the Mexican workers down in Mexico wanted to help wanted to help do that, and they wouldn't do that either. They didn't want that. Possible active shooter at Alabama Army site. Just saw that, Jerry said. Breaking news. Isn't it isn't it union focused, so it never ever crosses my mind how pervasive it is? Yes. Thank you, Discern, for a super heart. Is that really true, BBC, or are you just spreading fake news? Somebody check that out about Hulk Hogan, Mississippi. Okay. Thanks for inviting. Yay. Yes, everybody, thank you for inviting your friends, your followers today. It's so great of you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody on YouTube, for the thumbs up and retweeting and everything else. Cudahy downhill last night. The people saw this. Our town, you have to leave, but no wall in Cudahy. Lives here in Safety Harbor. Thank you, Kim. Oops, spam. Can somebody check out about Hulk Hogan, I think? Army lockdown, possible active shooter in Alabama. I just got the alert on that. Forgot to invite, even when reminded. No problem, Kim. Thank you for inviting, Amy. Thank you, America. American Hero. Is it Hero for inviting? Terry is his real name? Yes. I haven't seen anything about Hulk Hogan. If somebody else could go look and find out. Oh, here, American. Okay, here. Yeah, it cut it off. I cut off the rest of it. Thank you, Mighty Blessed One. Not seeing anything on Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I think that if you're coming in and you're spreading false news, you're going to get blocked. So that's just the way it is. Okay. Yeah, we don't spread false news in here. So you're going to get blocked if you do it. Yeah, I figured that, Jamie. I just blocked one person. So if BBC, if you come back around, you're going to get blocked. And then you're going to get blocked afterwards because you're spreading fake news. We don't do that in here. We have real news. So if you want to go spread fake news, go over to CNN's website. So I don't know if you... okay. There you go. Go back to the BBC. So 58 Republican Congress members have written a letter to Ginsburg telling her that she needs to recuse herself in the upcoming Supreme Court hearing with Donald Trump and the travel restrictions. I have an article up today on SusanKnowles.com all about that if you want to go read that article. What it says is the Sleepy Ginsburg, yes, take that, trolls. The thing of it is, the law is based on 28 U.S.C. 455, if you want to check that out. It says impartiality might reasonably be questioned, and where she has a personal bias or prejudice concerning a party, then you have to... Yeah, Debbie, I blocked them. Thank you for checking on that. Then you have to... you're under the law, you're supposed to recuse yourself. And I don't know if you saw what she said. Exactly, Marguerite. Trolls until school goes back. She really does need to recuse herself for many reasons. Yeah, but here's the thing, Karen. Here's what she said about Donald Trump, and see if you feel that... Thank you, Amy. See if you feel that she needs to recuse herself. She said, this is in July of last year. Dawn said that the hell recuse, how about retire? Well, we'll take one at a time, Dawn. She said, I can't imagine what the country would be with Donald Trump as our president. For the country, it could be 4 years. For the court, it could be, I don't even want to contemplate that. And then she also said, he is a faker. He has no consistency about him. He says whatever comes into his head at the moment. He really has an ego. How has he gotten away with not turning over his tax returns? The press seems to be very gentle with him on that. She also said, I don't want to think about that possibility, but if it should be, then everything is up for grabs. That's about him becoming president. Now, here's the thing about it. Needs to say, take that. Trump needs to say, take that, America, Jamie says. Yeah. Here's the thing about it. When you ask her to recuse herself, that came out in an informal letter. She doesn't have to do a darn thing with that letter, even if it came from 58 Republicans. She can ignore it. If they later on bring a motion to recuse, here's the kicker. Who do you think hears the motion to recuse? Who would be hearing the motion to recuse if one was brought against Ginsburg? Exactly, Marguerite. Nobody. The court, the DOJ, it's not a law that he turns in his tax return. That's true, Amy. He doesn't have to turn in his tax returns. Does anybody know who would hear the motion on asking Ginsburg to recuse herself if that happens? I left Loon for sure. Asher said she would. Trump. No, you wish. She would. Kim asked. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Somebody else says no idea. It would be her. She would hear her own motion about the fact that she should recuse herself. And if she decides that she should not have to recuse herself, guess what? Tough luck. There is no other arbiter. She is the final arbiter. It isn't right. How messed up is that? Can she hear anything? Laura, she can. She can decide that there's no conflict for her. They also don't have the same type of ethics rules that apply to them. And so she can do whatever she wants. There have been other people in the past, other Supreme Court justices that have not recused themselves when people thought that they should. Hey, James, it's a big club and you ain't in it, Carlin said. So, I mean, it isn't fair. Don't count on her to do the right thing. I love me, so do I, Nancy said. And you know that, I mean, that is a big problem, and they've tried to change that in the past. I know, Philip, I'm telling you. I don't know what it is. But, yeah, I mean, that is something that should be changed. Yeah, there's no rule over SCOTUS. That's it. You know, they're the final authority over that. I mean, you'd think that, you know, Congress could be or somebody could be. Trolls are on a roll. You know, trolls on a roll. They have nothing better to do but troll. They're not, you know, it'd be great if they would just come in here and learn something, right, from everybody's discussion. But they don't want to do. They don't want to learn anything. They just want to troll. You need that job? Yeah, I know. Seriously. Like, okay, should I get a pay raise? Yeah, I think I should get a pay raise. So I'm going to give myself a pay raise. All trolls are what's of life. No accountability, right. And again, they've asked that the ethics rules be changed for that, and that somebody else perhaps, you know, but they've never, I mean, they would probably have to institute that rule for themselves, that everybody in the Supreme Court would follow that rule. I want to be your troll blocker. See, you know, the thing of it is, Marianne, if I have somebody moderate, then they can turn around and they can moderate you. They can report you and they can limit what you're saying. And that's why I don't do the moderation. I try to do it myself. Yeah, lockdown Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama. They had drills scheduled for this week, so who knows? Trolls are young kids for response. Yep. Just like Congress exempting themselves from the laws they pass. Yeah. But see, the thing with Congress, we can vote Congress out. You can't vote out somebody in the Supreme Court. It'd be very difficult to try to get, and I don't know all the steps to try to get somebody out of the Supreme Court. It's almost impossible. Susan, you have to trust us and delegate. James, it's not about trust. It's about them limiting you. The people that are the trolls can limit what you're saying and limit you so that you can't respond. Sad, really, that there is no accountability for the highest court on such matters. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are lifetime trolls. True. Jerry says what? So yeah, I mean that's a big problem. So we'll see what she does. I think, you know, she ruled in our favor yesterday with the Supreme Court, as did everyone. But that doesn't mean when it comes down to it that she's going to do the right thing. I know, term limits for SCOTUS. I will crush all trolls, Jamie says. Take that, trolls. That needs amending. It certainly does. How can we have accountability and prevent politics from infecting it? You know, you just have to make enough stink to try to get something like that changed. And that's going to be extremely difficult to do. So, you know, we'll just have to, again, you know, you just have to keep watching that. But it's probably not going to happen. So, I want to thank everybody for being here today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your super hearts. Thank you for everything. Thank you for contributing as you did last night to Jamie's donate-a-thon for Arizona Mom. Thank you, Jamie. Really appreciate all of you guys coming in here every day. You do feel like a family, and I really thank you so much and appreciate your support. If you would retweet this, that would be great. Retweet this puppy. I know I've heard that someplace. And thank you and have a great day. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Now it's time on for Jay. My show, God's Views on Political News, is coming up on Facebook Live. If you want to see that, just go to God's Views on Political News. It'll be live in 1 hour. And also, I will I'll put it up on my website as well. Thank you, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a blessed day. Thank you, YouTube. Thanks for coming out. Thank you. See you.